game quick blitz. What are your thoughts? I know usually this is the originator of the gifts only, guys. So when y'all see that on Twitter, please know that she started that. If you had to make one expression, V, that summed up today's game, what would it be?
No, I don't have an expression, but if I were to share what basically I got from Panthers Nation regarding this win, it was, I mean, people would have preferred draft stock. A lot of guys said that this win doesn't matter. What's the point in it? And to some extent, I understand it, but then to another extent, you can't expect these guys to go out and purposefully lose games.
Exactly. Like you are a competitor. They're competitors. No competitor wants to go out and lose. No one wants to put out bad film because there's a lot of guys on 1 year deals. You can't afford to get any bad film out there on
Right.
you as far as free agency. One of those guys, Curtis Samuel, we said before the season started that a lot of people forgot that he had this a very similar skill set to Christian McCaffrey. Even before Christian's injury, we suspected that he would be getting some touches in the backfield as well as wide receiver reps because of Joe Brady and his offense and what he was able to do with Alvin Kamara down in New Orleans. Today, Curtis Samuel coming out party easily, 158 all-purpose scrimmage yards.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that, Christian McCaffrey has been battling injuries all season. I don't know if McCaffrey is healthy, if we don't see Curtis, we probably won't. We probably don't see Curtis Samuel utilized in the way that he's been utilized. But it actually puts the Panthers in a conundrum now because it may come down to where they have to pick between keeping Taylor Moton or keeping Curtis Samuel. So a lot of decisions for the incoming GM. You have a draft stock that has dropped from fifth and potentially could have been as high as 3 that is now dropped to ninth. You have some offensive pieces where you'll have to make some tough decisions about who you want to keep and who you want to let go. But all in all, a good win for the Panthers.
Good win for the Panthers. We talked a little bit earlier how December is the month to remember when it comes to the Panthers. Ron Rivera was let go in December. Jerry Richardson had to sell the team in December. And most recently, Marty Herney was fired in December. But today's win was their first December win since the 2018 season. It was their first passing touchdown in the entire month of December. So there were some hurdles, although late in the season, and it doesn't matter for postseason things and things like that. They're kind of trending or trying to leave a little bit of that negative December mojo behind.
Yeah, defensive, what you want to see from teams that are so young, and I tweeted this, you want to see them get better. And I feel like special teams has gotten better. There's some statistic, but when you scored a touchdown on special teams, just statistically, you're pretty much going to win the game. So when that happened, I was like, okay, this is just what it's going to be today. And then defensively, you see Derek Brown coming into his own and being a force in the middle, and then Brian Burns played and he does what he does, and you had Gross Matos who had a sack. So on the side of the ball where they trended younger, I thought that where they've trended younger all season, the Panthers have begun to get better. So that is a good thing.
And that's what you hope to see. This Panthers defensive unit is a unit that's on the mend. On the other side of the field today, though, Ron Rivera, his first time facing the team he had spent 9 seasons in, and I think
Washington looked like trash.
Yeah, it took a backseat. All those storylines took a backseat as soon as kickoff happened, except for Dwayne Haskins.
There's a word that rhymes with trash.
Y'all see what I have to deal with?
I'm just saying, there's a word that rhymes with trash, and that is how Dwayne Haskins played today. And I mean, that's what it is.
Do you think we've seen the last of Dwayne Haskins in Washington?
What's the point? I mean, what's the point? You've had issues with him all season. Rivera benched him at the beginning of the year because of injuries. They brought him back. Then you go to the club, and if you go to the club, I expect you to come out and poop. Like, you got to hoop when you become a distraction. You can't just be a distraction and then come out and play the way he did. So not only did Rivera have to answer questions all week about you going to the club without a mask during a pandemic, putting the whole team in jeopardy, and not just that team, but potentially
that you were playing, the
Panthers,
Panthers,
right?
yeah.
So not only you have to do that, and then you come out and you get benched by Tyler Heineke, who actually played better than you.
Showed him up. Dwayne finished with the QBR of like either 39.6 or 36.9. Either way, it was trash. And a lot
what
of
rhymes with trash?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna say it. Some people think he's done in the NFL. That remains to be seen. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. But the Panthers have the New Orleans Saints to come to town next week in their regular season finale. I'm assuming that they will come with their full arsenal. There will be no resting as people try to get that last push to try to solidify certain playoff positions. And so we'll see how the Panthers finish this season. But right now, Panthers Nation is not happy with just because for draft stock purposes only. But I really think low key, they're liking the way this team is progressing.
Absolutely. So, guys, we will wrap it up next week at home with the Panthers facing the New Orleans Saints. But make no mistake, even though the action on the field will be over for a couple of months, there will be plenty of Panthers news to share with you guys. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in and engaging with us. We drop new episodes of Quick Blitz each and every Thursday on the Riot Network.